What is going on, guys? My name is James, or ThnxCya, and welcome to your weekly Minecraft snapshot update. And as you can see from the bottom left hand corner, today we are taking a look at Minecraft 12w32a. So yeah, this is the first snapshot that Mojang have released after the release of Minecraft 1.3, and there's quite a few bits and pieces in this, which is great to see. It seems that they are cracking on with the development of Minecraft 1.4, so a lot of these snapshots will be introducing new material and not so much fixing the bugs from Minecraft 1.3. I imagine that they'll probably do those in official updates. So, you know, as someone who follows snapshots, it's going to be really good over the next however many weeks to see a ton of new features. So yeah, let's jump in and see what the first change is. And you might notice that this zombie fella here looks kind of strange. And yeah, this is the introduction of a new kind of zombie. It doesn't take a genius to work out that it's a Testificate basically in a zombie skin, but I think that it does look pretty cool. And I imagine that there's some kind of backstory to this, and there's not too much information actually about it, but I imagine that these would spawn in and around NPC villages, and I'd like to think that it's because the zombies bit the Testificates, because let's face it, they're not the cleverest of souls. But yeah, I think it looks fairly cool. And now the next one here, you might notice that this chap has a sword in his hand, and this is because nowadays, depending on what difficulty you are playing on, you know, the mobs have a chance to spawn with a piece of equipment. So this zombie here spawned with a sword, and it took me around 10 spawn eggs to get this to happen, so I'm going to say a 1 in 10 chance, although that could be completely wrong. So yeah, the final thing in terms of mobs, I actually put my skeleton in here, but he seems to have ran away, but okay. This fella up here is a skeleton, but you might notice that he has an enchanted bow in his hand. So this took me around 35 spawn eggs to get, so it took me quite a while, but I'm going to kill him. But yeah, they now spawn with enchanted bows, so I imagine that if you're playing on hard mode and you have a skeleton with an enchanted bow, it might be very difficult to take it down. So yeah, that is it for the mob part, but there are plenty more changes that we're going to take a look at. Okay, so the next few changes I want to take a look at involve the NPC villagers, and it seems to me like Mojang are really spending a lot of time on these guys to bring them an even bigger part in the Minecraft experience. But there've been a few changes in this snapshot anyway, so the first thing that they have introduced are kind of like, well, basic emotions really. So it may sound kind of strange, but if you click on one of them for the first time and you do the trade with them, you'll notice that after you've finished it, they will kind of have this weird animation that goes sort of around them. So yeah, a bit of sparkle here and there, and then some purple swirly things, which kind of means that we've made a new friend. However, if you do the trade and then just punch him in the face straight after, you'll notice that all of the sort of red smoke comes out the top, which means that he is not best pleased with you. So kind of a strange one really, but as well as that, they have also tweaked the trading system. So for example, if I click on this guy again and then do this trade a ton of times with him and then go away from him and then go back to him, you'll notice that I can no longer do this trade. But however, what I can do then is toggle over to the right, and then it will give me a new trade. And what will happen is if I do this trade a few times, it will then allow me to redo this first trade. So effectively what they have done is scrap the idea that once you have a good trade, you can't do it anymore, you know, when you do it a few times. It now means that you can still do that original trade if it's a really good deal, but you have to do a different trade in order to get the right to do the first one again. So yeah, that's quite a mouthful, but I'm sure you guys know what I mean by that. Okay, and the final thing is actually a new block, believe it or not. However, it is a work in progress at the moment. It's very strange, to be honest, because, and let me find it, there it is. I kind of looked at it this first time I loaded it up, and I put it down on the ground and I was like, it doesn't do anything. But I right-clicked on it and you'll see that it certainly does something. And what these are kind of primary and secondary powers, and there isn't too much information really about what these mean, but I'm kind of interpreting it that these powers kind of will determine how strong your character is. So there seem to be basically enchanting for your character. So the primary powers here are speed, which will obviously make you run faster. Haste will make you pick faster, or do an action faster. Resistance will make you physically stronger. Jump boost will make you jump higher. Strength will make you stronger, and then the secondary power here, regeneration, will make you regen your hearts a bit faster. Now, as I said, not that much information about this. However, judging from what's going on down here, I imagine you'll have to kind of like load some kind of ore into it, and then you'll be able to get some kind of boost of power, and then you might be able to select some of these. So at the moment it's a work in progress. There's no crafting recipe, there's no background behind it, but it looks very, very cool, and I'm hoping that this will be something for the future, some kind of enchanting system for your character. So yeah, the last thing is not a major thing, but they have also added a command block, which is intended for adventure maps. It's not craftable, it's not in the menu, but it has an ID, so adventure map makers can add it into their maps. And I imagine this is something to do with people being able to now use commands, but only at a certain time. So you might be able to see a command block, then you might be able to use the teleport, get teleported to another side of the map, something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, that is it for this snapshot. So thank you guys for watching. Incidentally, if this is the first video you've ever seen from me, well, my name is James, or ThnxCya, by the way, and I do this snapshot thing every single week. I like to keep all of the information about Minecraft current on the channel. As well as that, I do loads of other Let's Plays, mod spotlights, different games, songs, parodies, so if you would consider subscribing, that would be really great, joining the channel and stuff. But yeah, thank you very much for watching once again. It has been a pleasure. As always, thanks and see ya.